Hello. Hopefully you can hear me. I am talking to you from Galveston Beach, a place called Sea Isle, a portion of the beach on Galveston Island. And yes, the Glenn Campbell song is ringing right through my head. If any of you haven't been down to what we call the Third Coast in Texas, it is literally bathtub warm water because of the Gulf Stream and all that. But you get in the water and it's so warm, and I never get tired of it because living in LA and practically on the beach for 20 years, you go in the Pacific Ocean, sometimes you had to wear a wetsuit. But it's so warm here. It's not the prettiest, the water, because of all the mud out there, but it's still fantastic. So where have I been since the last video? I think I talked to you from Playa del Rey, where it was my home for 20 years when I lived in LA, and I was on the beach then. So I've gone from there. Where did I go? Oh, I went to Las Vegas, spent some time in Vegas, about 4 or 5 days, hooked up with an old buddy and his wife who were bringing their RV down to Florida. Then I went to Phoenix, spent a few days there, saw some friends. And then I went to Luckenbach, Texas for some music, hung out there, then down into San Antonio for a couple days, see some people, and then came into Houston about, let's see, today is the 7th, I believe, maybe the 8th. Came in last Friday, staying with my best friend and old business partner Wendy and her husband in their mansion, literally, and I'm recharging my batteries. So I'm gonna stay in Houston for about 2 weeks at least. I'm gonna kind of take a breather, get some work done. I've got plenty to do here. It was where I lived for a long time, so I always have a foot here. But and then what I think I'm going to be doing is going down to New Orleans, down south. New Orleans down to Mississippi, Missouri, Florida, and then up the east coast, eastern seaboard, and then across the upper United States. There's a lot of places I haven't seen, friends I haven't, and I think it's time for me to do that because I'm really not being called back unless something comes up in Idaho for my folks. I don't need to be back anywhere, and everything I do is online. And as I've mentioned before, I'm out helping a lot of people on everything from physical to woo-woo, shall we say. And as you know, we're going through very turbulent times now, and there's some people that just need to be listened to and helped with whatever I can do in my bag of help if they want the help. But it's amazing how people come across my path, even on this journey, who are in need of some help or just an ear or just some words. It's not a coincidence. And as I say often, especially lately, everybody's talking but no one's listening. Sometimes people just need an ear. And as you know, we are going through unprecedented times. They're saying the virus now is coming back in full force, but you know, I'm not worried is a word, but I really scratch my head with a large part of the population. It seems critical thinking or common sense almost has gone out the window because there's so many things happening now blatantly. And I've talked about this for the last year or so. I've said to anyone who listens to me, be prepared. We're going to go into a lot of chaos. What's up is down. It's going to get worse. But if you stay grounded, find your peace, keep stable within your heart, you'll be okay because we're going to come out of this fine. But it's going to get worse. But I'm just seeing now, it's just such blatant hypocrisy. And I'm not talking about any political party, right or left, or it's just, even the news doesn't seem to be trying to cover their tracks anymore. I mean, just an example is, you know, the mask thing, which I've been against since the beginning, and a lot of other COVID things. You can't go to church, no groups more than 10 people, and you have to wear a mask everywhere you go, but we're allowing protests of up to 100 people. And this is not a political thing I'm trying to say. I'm trying to point out that the common sense in that statement alone, which I've seen in my travels, doesn't that make people just go, what's going on here? So, use common sense. Find your truth, and I say that a lot because, again, what's up is down. The so-called, the leaders, the people that are following may not be who they truly are. I'm talking all ranges of the spectrum. So it goes back to finding your truth, finding who you are here. And then you'll be fine. And what happens through that, I've said this over and over, you start to see the truth. You start to see the truth and how the world is really operating. And there's millions of people like me, an awakening going on, that are seeing that. We're not really out shouting or fighting people from the rooftops yet, but it's a mass awakening of people just realizing the truth for many, many things. And you're not seeing that on the news, and you won't yet. But it's I call it the silent majority, and it's not going to be silent for much longer. But there's a wave of really good stuff coming ahead beyond the chaos. I say that with full confidence. So enjoy life, enjoy your summer. Wear a mask if you feel like it. I'm not. I know the facts, my facts, and I'll be posting more. You can hear the waves; it's just beautiful out there, and